What's up guys, Luke here, and today we're going to be talking about NFTs. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Luke and we talk about all things personal finance here, whether that be making money or keeping it. So today we're going to be discussing NFTs. So if you've heard anything about NFTs, you'll have heard that people are paying an extortionate amount of money for what is essentially digital images. So you might be like, I don't understand any of this. That's exactly what we're going to be covering in this video today. So by the end of this video, you should know exactly what an NFT is. So if this video is useful, click that like button, click that sub button, as it will send this video out to more people who can also learn a bit more about NFTs. So NFT stands for non-fungible token. Essentially what that means is it's unique and can't be replaced with something else. So for example, a £1 coin would be fungible because you could trade it for a different £1 coin or something along those lines. There's multiple of them in the world. Something that's non-fungible might be the Mona Lisa or something along those lines. So NFTs are part of what's known as the Ethereum blockchain. Essentially what these are is code on a specific blockchain. What NFTs essentially are is a different form of information on that same blockchain. So it is similar to cryptocurrency, but instead of it being the code of a crypto, it's the code of something else, but on that same blockchain. Now, if that's quite confusing, don't worry. You don't really need to understand too much about that to understand the general concept. So NFTs aren't specifically just digital images. It can be anything digital. So that could be music, that could be a program, that could be an online article, that could be a drawing, it could be a manner of things. Digital art is just the main thing that's been quite popular, whether that be images or whether that be video. So people have essentially bought and sold tweets as well. So it's not specifically images. So NFTs are essentially a way of online collecting, whether that be art collecting, tweet collecting, video collecting, depending on people's specific interests. So if NFTs are just digital images or videos, could you not just right click save image as? Is that just not the same thing? Essentially, yes and no. So an example I like to use. So for example, you've got the Mona Lisa. Beautiful painting that hangs in a museum somewhere. You could go onto Amazon and you could order a replica of that Mona Lisa and you would get it delivered. Now obviously that wouldn't look as good as the original, but you would still have a replica, a copy of that Mona Lisa. Now it would look pretty similar and you could hang it up and you would be quite happy with it, but you wouldn't have the original and you wouldn't own it. Now with physical pictures and physical paintings and stuff like that, that matters because they don't look the exact same. If you know what you're talking about in terms of art, you'll be able to see which one's been painted and which one's just been printed. But with digital art, a copy literally is the exact same as the original. The only difference being some underlying code. So why bother? So for a lot of people, it's the flex of owning an original, regardless of how better or worse or the exact same it actually is than just an online image. A lot of people want that feeling of owning the original. NFTs do actually have some really cool features though. So once an NFT is sold to someone, let's say I was an artist. If I created a piece of art and sold it as an NFT, I could sell it in a way, if anyone else sells it, I get a percentage every single time it's sold. So let's say for example, I make this NFT and I sell it to someone for £100. I might be in the position that I also get 5% every single time it's sold. So let's say someone sells it for £500, then someone sells it for £1,000, and then it gets really popular and people sell it back and forth for £2,000, £3,000, £4,000. Every single time, me as the artist, I get a percentage of that every single time. That's something that we don't ever see with physical art. Once that artist does that original sale, they don't see any additional income after that. So that's actually quite good. The main benefits from a buyer point of view are essentially just financially supporting an artist that you like, and also if you do buy an NFT from someone, you will have copyright clearance to use it legally for profile pictures and other things. It depends on the specific NFT that you've bought, but in most cases you will have enough copyright clearance to use it for your personal use. And there's also the bragging rights, if you want to call it that you own the original of that art. And there's also people that collect NFTs hoping for them to rise in price, almost like kind of trading cards. So you buy that original trading card, you know you have the original, so that if for whatever reason that does get more traction, then you can sell off and make a profit. So although every NFT is unique, whether or not this Mona Lisa is one of a kind, or whether or not this Mona Lisa is like trading cards and there's 50 of them, each with numbers on them. So although NFTs are unique, they might not always be one of a kind in terms of, so you might have a Mona Lisa that is one of a kind, but then you might have trading cards that there is 100 of them. So each one of them is unique and each one of them's numbered, but there is 100 of them in general. So on a specific NFT, there might just be the one of them, or there might be many. NFTs have been mainly focused on online digital stuff. There has been attempts at connecting NFTs to real world objects, but not with any success. There's actually quite a few games that have now started implementing NFTs as items for playing, which really does confuse me, I'm not going to lie. So essentially you might buy virtual plots of land in a game as an NFT. So you're the unique holder of that piece of land in that video game, but also it's an NFT that is kind of out with that game as well. So when you start getting into that stuff, I don't fully understand why people do it, but I do know people do it. Essentially, most people that engage in NFTs, it almost becomes a kind of playground of the mega rich, where people spend outrageous amounts of money on something that really is just not got any use in the slightest. But also some people just engage with it to help support artists that they enjoy. So what happens if someone steals an NFT? Well, with the way that the blockchain works, it stores every single transaction. Essentially someone could steal that NFT, but you would have a record of who stole it and where it is. So there is a lot more security in that case. But there is an issue with the way the NFTs are decentralized, along with cryptocurrency in general. There isn't sort of a someone stole my NFT, I'm gonna sue them. That isn't a thing. Now, digital art wouldn't last forever. With stuff like bit rot and image quality deteriorating and file formats not being able to be opened, things such as NFTs could eventually fail or be lost or something like that. So NFTs aren't exactly secure, but in comparison to physical art in something like a museum, it is significantly safer and will be around for a lot longer. Now, the very last thing that we'll cover in this video is a lot of people have been discussing the climate change impact of NFTs. Because NFTs use the same blockchain technology as energy-hungry cryptocurrencies, they do use a lot of electricity. But there is a significant amount of people working on fixing this and using different blockchains and using different ways of this technology in order to minimize greenhouse gas emissions. This is something that's been relatively new. NFTs in general are a relatively new concept, and NFTs' impact on climate change has only really come to the forefront as NFTs have got significantly more popular. So I will be interested to see how this moves forward with people that do take selling NFTs or buying NFTs quite seriously, and how climate change impacts that. Like most cryptocurrencies, NFTs are stored in digital wallets, but they do need to be NFT compatible. But essentially what that means is they will be stored quite securely, as you would maybe a bank. So two-factor authentication, making sure people can't withdraw, all that good stuff you would be able to do with an NFT if you held it in a digital wallet. Now, after looking into NFTs in detail, am I interested in buying any NFTs? Not in the slightest, but I do think it's a really interesting concept that a lot of people seem to be taking quite seriously. So I will be following NFTs over the next kind of year or so and seeing where the NFTs are going to go. Now comment down below, what do you think about NFTs? Do you think they are the future of art collecting, or are they just a complete and utter scam? If you have enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.